Assalamu alaikum, hello and namaste. Welcome to another inspiring episode, number 23 of the Limelight Show. I'm your host Fareen here, and today on the hot seat we have an enticing personality. Her name is Fidha Jafer. She is a self-taught makeup artist and also has been certified. She has specialization in Indian and Arabic bridal makeup and hairstyling and owns the brand name called the Makeup Box. So listeners, put your hands together to welcome our guest, Fidha Jafer.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. First of all, thank you so much, Farheen, for having me.
Walaikum assalam, dear. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So, Fidha, before we get into your journey as a makeup artist, I want you to tell our listeners about your personal life.
As everybody knows, my name is Fidha Jafer. I'm a makeup artist now. But before all this, I am married. I have a 4-year-old. I was basically settled in Saudi. But now, since been working, I've moved back to India. In India, I'm from Kerala and in a city called Calicut. I was born and brought up there. I did my schoolings in St. Joseph's in a convent school in Calicut. But after school, I moved when my father moved his business to Saudi. That's when we, as a family, all together moved in here. And then I got married in my college days. I've been married for quite a while now. And I've started working in everything post-marriage. And yeah, that's it. Now I'm settled back in Calicut, but I'm in Saudi for my 3 weeks break from work.
Okay, dear, that's quite interesting things you told about yourself, and I hope that Allah blesses you and your family with all the health, wealth, and happiness in life.
Very kind of you, Farheen. Jazakallah.
You're welcome, dear. So, Fidha, just tell me what motivated you to be a makeup artist?
Okay, it's a long story, but I do not want to drag this so much. So, in short, back in school days, I was not a person who even used a kajal, like till +2. I was not at all into the glamour or the makeup field because I was just a regular girl studying in Kerala. I did till my +2 in Kerala, and then my father moved his business to Saudi. That's when the whole family shifted to Saudi. And that's how I started doing my college here in an Alagappa University affiliated college, Indian Academy. Very less girls from Kerala. It was mostly North Indians, Pakistanis, a few Arabs and Sri Lankans, etc. They come to college full on, like with makeup and everything. So I felt a little bit out of the place because I was the only one who came from India to Saudi to do the college. It was quite funny for them. But then I started with makeup little by little, because everybody was doing makeup, and to get accepted in between them, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. That's how I started buying some makeup things for college purposes. I bought a few eyeshadows, few lipsticks and everything, and nothing of pro or not big brands or anything, drugstore type of things. Okay. And that was the beginning, I guess. Then throughout college for 3 years, I was doing makeup, but I kind of picked up on makeup soon because I still remember over the years in second year or something, my college mates asking me to do, eye makeup and all for them. Since I started buying makeup, I wanted to know how to apply them. So I just checked YouTube. That's where everybody goes for tutorials, I guess. Yeah. And I would just watch one video to another, and I would never get bored. But even then, I hadn't thought about it as a profession. I was just doing it for myself and, to just bring out the best in me and others and stuff, and my friends and myself. That was it. Yeah. And I got married during my second year of college. And one good thing was, my husband, after marriage, he never tried to take this makeup off me. He never told me don't do makeup or don't buy things. Okay. He used to get me lipsticks, and also I remember once he went to Dubai and he bought the Naked palette. Okay. It was such a big deal for me. That was the first branded palette I had. I had those small J. Casanova, the very normal brands. Okay. And the Naked was the breakthrough, and it just got launched that time. So I was very excited with it and stuff. But then I think the biggest motivation would be my husband. Alhamdulillah, I don't know why, but he always used to pester me to start something. He wanted me to do something for passion or anything. So I initially had a small boutique business. It didn't work out because I'm in Saudi. Import-export is an issue. And then I did a little bit of baking business. Then I worked 2 months in Novotel, but none of it got me in one place. I was just even confused back then, and I didn't really want to do it. And one thing was, I was not a career-oriented person. So that's why I said that, my husband was really motivating me, and he kept on nagging me that, I kind of, thought one day, why not makeup? It was a very random thought. I never had plans, but one key thing was my first cousin got married. She has been seeing me how I'm obsessed with makeup. So she's like, Fidha, you do whatever you can. I'm not going to book an artist. So that was one turning point for me when I came into and did a proper bride for a wedding. So my first cousin, her name is Jubin. So she was my first official bride, like unofficial. I wasn't official back then, unofficial bride. The review was very good. So then others put that thought in me, like, why don't you do this and stuff? And that was with very basic stuff. Okay, I had like maybe 10 things with me, one foundation, one palette and everything. Not like a big deal at all. So with that, we did what we could, and that did boost the idea. Actually, the makeup box is, I can say, an 80% him and 20% me. I just do the makeup. He's the brains behind it. And I set a makeup box and I just left April 2015 to India. The passion is it's because I have this passion, I can work. That I have figured.
As you said, the passion is most important thing which we require if we want to have any career. If we are passionate about it, it will give us success automatically.
Yes, true.
Fidha, do you have assistants with you?
Yes, we do. July 2015 was the official season. But since April, even before I got certified, I had a booking of 6 brides because our page was up since February, March, I guess. Since March, our makeup page was up, on which I uploaded my friends who I did makeup on, and we had a little bit of shoot with my friends and everything. So since April, we have assistants because it's not easy to work alone. For now, I have 3 assistants. I have a main assistant and 2 sub-assistants. So I switch between them.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Fareen, I know artists who go alone, but if you have an assistant with you, it makes the work faster. You can finish bride in 2 hours, 15 minutes, a full-fledged bride, makeup, hair, draping and jewelry if you have an assistant. But without an assistant, you have to find the things and you have to go search in your bag.
Yeah, exactly, because they will know the systematic way how you proceed, and they will synchronize accordingly. It will make your work much easier.
Yes, correct. We have a routine we follow, so they know what to get.
Okay. So that every industry, every profession has challenge. And what were your challenges?
The challenges initially was getting recognized or accepted in Calicut, where makeup is not celebrated much. So the key was to get through the youngsters, because Instagram was a platform which was very open and very good for marketing. So we posted a lot, and we wanted to get the attention from our Calicut folks and also around Kerala. Initial challenge was to get into their head. So that we had worked a lot. I would actually think, because I studied BBA, so a little bit of marketing is there in the brain, a little bit. I'm not very good at marketing. Now we have people who does marketing for us. So me and my husband used to think, what can we do to get more fan following? Because we wanted people to know us and to see our work. So they have to follow us. So that was an initial challenge. Then the challenges secondary was finding a good assistant, because my first assistant was my relative, but she wasn't very enthusiastic about this. So I wanted somebody who was passionate about, passionate, but at least somebody who was happy with what they are doing, like even if it's draping or jewelry setting. So the second challenge was to find a good assistant, which Alhamdulillah by July I had sorted out. other challenge was the emotional drama the society creates, and being a Muslim girl, coming from a good Muslim background and everything, and how our culture doesn't celebrate girls going out and working, and
Right.
girls working in my field. But I think I've got it sorted in my head, and I don't know whether people still have problem with it, but I have settled with myself.
As you said, people around you, they try to comment, they'll try to put you down. But main thing, we know what we are doing is right.
Yeah, they are okay if I was a doctor, engineer, or an advocate and I was doing this. They're okay with it. But the problem is that I'm a makeup artist and it's not accepted as a career for a girl for them. Like I see that doctors have night shift. They have
True.
they are on call. Same like I'm sometimes out of the state, most of the times out of my city. But all that is okay if I was a doctor. But the problem is I'm a makeup artist, so that's not okay. That's really not okay.
Right. They have divided things into the class, the high class, low class
Yes,
profession,
correct.
and they have that
Yeah.
mindset.
There is change, I guess. There are a lot of girls who want to take this as a career, who message me for guidance and everything.
Okay.
And I do help them out however I can.
I think that change you have brought into their minds, and inshallah, it will go forward like this.
Inshallah.
Okay. So, can you just tell a few achievements?
I haven't had one bride who told me she is unhappy with the makeover. That is one of my biggest achievement, I suppose, because either brides are like, the brides come and message me and shower me with their happiness. And I've not had an unhappy bride saying, oh, it became like this, it became like that, That is one of the biggest achievement. And then I think this growth in 2 years, where we are today in 2 years, I never anticipated it to be like this. I did this without a plan, I can say, like, not a proper plan. We had like few plans. So this growth, the fan following in Instagram and everything, that's another achievement. And also we have done few Arab brides and stuff.
Oh,
The
wow.
Arab bride who got married to Kerala, the groom was Kerala and the bride was Arab. And that was another experience and an achievement, I guess. In 2 years, we have 200 plus brides dolled up. I think that's also an achievement.
Mashallah, and may Allah give you more and more success.
Ameen. Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. We are heading towards the rapid fire round where I'll be asking you 4 random questions and you have to answer a single word or a sentence, okay?
Right.
So, what is your favorite makeup brand?
MAC.
Okay. If you were given a chance to do makeup for a celebrity, who would it be?
I would like to doll up Mamta Mohandas. She's from Kerala.
Okay.
So I think talking about Bollywood doesn't make sense now. So at least our industry, Malayalam industry, I can keep hopes.
Okay. All the best for that.
Thank you.
Which is your favorite place for a holiday?
Maldives. I've not been there. I desperately want to.
Okay, inshallah. Okay. And the best compliment you ever got for your work?
Oh my God, that's tough.
Anyone memorable?
There have been a lot of compliments from brides. Some brides take their time to message me the same day of their event, and that really touches my heart. But there was this bride, Rinsam, got dolled back in September 2015. So she messaged me that night, I guess, same night. So her event she was ready by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, if I'm not wrong, because Hindu brides do have a lot of, puja and stuff. So they get ready very early. And she sent me a selfie of her saying, Fidha, this is me at midnight, 2 o'clock. They have been traveling and everything. And the makeup is still on and she is obsessed with it. And there was another bride, Lulu. She's my friend as well. She again, after her mehendi event, after a lot of dancing, she was clicking selfies and she was sending me saying, Fidha, I'm obsessed that I don't want to remove this. I want to sleep like this.
Okay.
So, messages like this are very, very heart-filling. Like, I feel full and content with my work when I get messages like this.
Yes, it's a booster in satisfaction and you feel happy and motivated.
Yes, very true.
Yeah. Okay, that was the end of the rapid fire round.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear. And now we have the last segment of our show where we ask you for advice to our listeners.
One thing what I want to tell to all the brides to be and all the young girls out there is that, it's little saddening that everybody is ready to spend a lot of money and time on clothes and jewelry. Like, they do not have any limitations on that. They are okay with the rates and everything for this category. But what I want to tell y'all is, I am not telling y'all to book me, but do give importance to makeup artistry as well for your big day, because it is equally important. So basic decent job, not like a full makeover. If you are not into it, I understand. To highlight your features and to bring the best out of you, you should really consider that. You can give equal importance to the dress and jewelry, but not less importance. As a whole package, if you do a good makeup, good jewelry, good dressing, then I think then a perfect bride is made. It is something parents, I think, up to an extent don't understand, but I hope you convey to them and show them pictures what difference it makes, so they know, it's really important. So that could be one advice. Like, you should consider booking a makeup artist for your wedding rather than experimenting on yourself, or because that is one day and that is one whole album of pictures you want to cherish and you want to pass on to you can show your grandkids. So you do want to look pretty good for your big day. Another thing I would like to say is, if anybody wants to take this as a career, the first thing I want you to discover in you is the passion. If you have the passion, then do think about getting certified, because a certification is important. Rest, you will figure this out, because everybody has their own way of coming into this field. But as initially, do it on yourself. Do all the crazy things on yourself. That's
Practice.
How I learned. I was my biggest model. I used to do makeup every single day. I don't know whether I should be proud about it, but I wouldn't just stop doing makeup. Just start with it. And if you are meant to be a makeup artist, you'll definitely reach there.
Fidha, I really love the advice which you gave, especially for the girls who are getting married. They have to give importance to the makeup because they are being, photographed, and everything what they do, they are being candidly, clicked. They have to look beautiful.
Very true. Photographers charge bomb now, and they are okay with that as well. As I told you, I import a lot of stuff, so it's not like those small tubes you see is worth thousands. We rarely have clients who bargain, but when some clients bargain with us, we feel sad because they do not understand the artistry behind it, and they do not understand how expensive these small pots and pans are.
True. And the makeup artists, they have to use branded items, makeup for the skin, because if you use a normal one,
exactly.
Yes. Yeah. And Fidha, I thank you so much for taking time and doing this interview with us. I know I've been chasing you for a month or so.
First of all, sorry, Farheen, that I couldn't give you a time slot. I was honestly very busy. So thank you so much for considering me, Farheen. It's really a big deal for me because I wasn't a person who wants to come under the limelight, which is not yours. I mean, limelight as in I didn't want to be interviewed or anything. I'm very shy, camera shy, or even to talk, I'm very shy on media. So as I said, I can only do makeup. I cannot do the marketing or the talking. So I have to build these things in me because I don't know where I'm going next. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. It really means a lot. And thank you so much, Farheen.
You're welcome, dear. And one more thing I would like to ask Fidha, if our listeners, they want to connect with you or contact you, how will they be able to connect?
Okay, we do have Facebook and Instagram through which brides can message us, and we do respond in very few hours because we have social media people handling the clients there. But ultimately, they will be redirected to my WhatsApp number, which is given on my Instagram page. So I can share the links of all those with you, and you can put it up.
Yes, of course. Surely I can do that for you. Listeners, I hope you like this interview and thank you for listening and Allah Hafiz.